Thank you very much, people, for being here. We've just more or less finished the Forum Ministers meeting. Very successful day. To be in a state of readiness for the leaders meeting, which is coming up shortly. There are quite a few matters that were on the agenda, which we've dealt with. We're just finishing up the outcomes document. So if you have any questions specifically, we've covered a whole host of things, from climate change and nuclear issues, etc., and now moving forward on different strategies, etc. So please, you are more than welcome to ask any questions that you want to.
So, you said a whole lot of issues. Would this include the proposal by China to the region? Was this talked about?
No. But in general, there are strategies that will be engaged with respect to our dealings. The geopolitical space issue that you're actually talking about is not specific to any country.
So how many people are expected to be in Suva for this meeting, and what kind of arrangement are made to make this meeting smooth sailing?
I'm not sure about the numbers, but I mean, if this is an indication, there'll be quite a few leaders here. It's a couple of days, and it's all gone very smoothly. I think most people are quite happy that they're able to come and do this physically rather than do it virtually. One or two people attended virtually, but pretty much everybody's here. I think the leaders, our Honourable Prime Minister is back also, I think, shortly, and most of the leadership.
So, as Chair, would you be able to highlight some of the resolutions that were met on the common issues?
We are about to release the outcomes document. I haven't got it in my hand yet, but just wait for that.
Sir, in the morning you had spoken about the Suva agreement, the implementation of the Suva agreement.
Yes.
Are you be able to elaborate more?
Yes, pretty much. We've got agreement on it. There is one bit of an issue with one of the nations, but nothing to do with the agreement per se. It is their own national issue that they need to resolve. But I think that's one of the documents is pretty much almost done, so they'll finalize that quickly with it once it gets to the leaders.
So safe to say we are on paper as a united Pacific as well?
Absolutely. I think there is a huge amount of strength that the Pacific has in its solidarity, and that came across well with all the ministers supporting that particular idea. And in any forum that we go to nowadays, I think the Pacific shows its solidarity, and it puts us in a good space.
So is there any arrangement being made for the leaders to meet with development partners?
That will be something for the leaders to discuss. I mean, development partners come and meet most of the participants here, but you mean if you're asking whether there are meetings with development partners during their presence here, not sure, but I think there is. Some may actually come and visit, but that's a choice that they have.
So you were supposed to deliberate on a report from the Forum Officials Committee. This is on the appointment procedures of the position of the Secretary General. Are you able to?
Yes, it was discussed today, and the officials have actually worked on it. We are working on. We must remember a lot of things within the forum are done in the Pacific way and in the Pacific spirit. So that's something that was part of the agenda that has been discussed. And moving forward, we will have a particular way in which we deal with these things so that we don't have a problem in the future. But that will go up to the leaders for their confirmations.
So 2030 strategy, did the forum discuss that? And 2050, and did any, which will be tabled next week, was it any progress on that?
Yes, I mean, there's a whole host of issues that it actually covers. And all of that was discussed, and it'll go before the leaders for their confirmation and acceptance, etc. But again, it covers a wide spectrum of things. It's not just one singular thing. Like I said, it was, the discussions today were wide and varied. Whether it was to do with fisheries, whether it was to do with IUU, whether it was to do with climate change, whether it was to do with the nuclear free Pacific, etc. There is a whole host of discussions that we had today. That will come out in the document this afternoon.
So has the government of Kiribati sent a delegation, or will they be sending in? Is there any indication coming that will be attending?
I have to ask the representative here.
Is there anything else you'd like to add on?
No, absolutely wonderful day of discussion very good Pacific spirit shown today by all foreign ministers, and very fruitful discussions, very easygoing, no major issues at all, and I think good platform laid for the leaders to discuss starting Monday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Naka.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Minister.